Karmic account. Is there any such concept called karmic account? So, is there an account of karmas also? Because we have heard something called savings account, current account, loan account, bank account. So, is there an account of karmas also? And if it exists, then is it some way is it related to our problems, some of our problems, especially the interpersonal issues which we face in our life? And if it is related, then how can we resolve them, right? And what are some of the misconceptions related to this concept of karmic account? So I'm going to cover all of this in today's and tomorrow's video. So stay tuned till the end of this video. Hello my friends, good evening, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Adit, and today in today's and tomorrow's video we are going to discuss about this concept called karmic account. Now before we move ahead, I would like to request you that if you really find my videos useful, then please like them, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and share these videos with as many friends or as many acquaintances, relatives, contacts as you can. Because the more you subscribe to my channel, the more you share my videos, your subscriptions, sharing really motivate me to make more and more videos on such crucial topics, which I think are quite important in today's era. So like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So with this, friends, we'll start with our today's discussion. Actually, the concept of karmic account is quite big, and if we want to discuss that really in detail, then maybe I'll have to make a series of videos on it. But right now my motive is not that. I want to make you aware about this concept of karmic account in brief, but still I'm not able to record everything in one video, so I have decided to break this into two videos. So in today's video and tomorrow's video, I'll be discussing this concept of karmic accounts with you. Okay, so if we want to understand this concept of karmic accounts, let's do that by taking a simple example, as I always do in my videos. Okay, so we are all aware of this concept of bank accounts, right? I'm sure almost every one of us has bank account. Either it is savings account, or it is current account, or it is loan account if you have taken some loan, etc. So we all are aware of what a bank account is. Now suppose this is the month of August, okay? So on the 1st of August, the balance in my account, I have a savings account for example. So the balance in my account on 1st of August is, say for example, it is rupees 10,000. Now whatever it is, your currency might be dollars or whatever it is, okay? So it is $10,000 or 10,000 rupees, whatever. Now on 1st of August, it is 10,000. Now, at the end of this month, that is on 31st of August, it becomes 5,000. Okay. So throughout the month from 1st of August to 31st of August, the balance has decreased from 10,000 to 5,000. Okay. Because in this month, throughout this month, there was inflow of money in my accounts. I got money from some sources, as well as there was outflow of money from my account. I had to spend this money on for some XYZ reasons. So considering this inflow and outflow both, at the end of the month, the balance in my account is now 5,000. Okay, that is on 31st of August. Now, so if you talk about the month of August, the opening balance for the month of August was 10,000 on 1st of August. And the closing balance for the month of August is 5,000. That is on 31st of August. Right? Clear till now? Now, if you see, the balance on 31st of August is 5,000, and this same balance is going to carry forward on the next day, that is 1st of September. Right? So I'm going to open my next month with the closing balance of the last month. In other words, the closing balance of last month, that is August, is going to be the opening balance of my next month, that is September. So if I had $5,000 or 5,000 rupees in my account on 31st of August, I'm going to open the month of September with the same 5,000 rupees. So on 1st of September, balance in my account will be 5,000, right? So I think we have understood this concept till now. Now, I will tell you why this concept is very similar to karmic accounts. Okay, the closing balance of previous month is the same as opening balance of the next month. And the same applies to September also. Say for example, in September, my opening balance is 5,000. At the end of September, on 30th September, my closing balance might be 7,000. Okay. So the same applies to September also. That is, the closing balance for September will be the opening balance for October. So the cycle will continue. Okay. So now before we establish a relation between bank account and karmic account, I want you to understand one concept here, which I'm going to not going much deeper into, but I'm going to tell you in brief about it. So now, and because that is important for you to understand how karmic accounts work. Now, if you see people driving cars on roads, right? Like we also have cars, people drive different cars on roads. Suppose consider there is a person who is driving a car on the road. Now that person is driving that car for say 3 hours. I am making it oversimplified for you so that you will understand the concept. Okay. So just for simplification. Now suppose that person is driving that car for say 3 hours. After 3 hours, he stops that car. He gets off that car. Now there is a new car which is waiting for him. So he goes, sits in that new car and then starts driving that new car. Okay. We will, for simplicity, we will call it car number 1, car number 2, like that. Okay. So he drove that car number 1 for 3 hours, got off that car number 1, got into car number 2 and he started driving that car number 2. Now this car number 2, this person is driving for say another 10 hours. Okay. He drove that car for 10 hours. He stopped that car. He got off car number 2. Then there is a car number 3 which is ready for him. Then he sits into car number 3 and starts driving the car. So you see in this example, the person who is driving the car or the driver of that car is the same. Is the same person who is driving all the cars. But the cars or the models of the cars which he is driving are different. The person is the same. The cars which he is driving are different. So it's the same with us also. It's the same with who we are, what we are as human beings. So normally we consider ourselves as bodies. For example, my name is Adit Deshmukh. So I will consider that I am Adit Deshmukh. I am this body. I am Adit Deshmukh. Someone's name is XYZ. That person will consider I am XYZ. But in reality, we are not these bodies. We are souls who are driving these bodies. All of you must have heard of this concept called souls and bodies. I will not go deeper into that concept of soul, what a soul is exactly, where does it sit inside the body. You know, that maybe I will cover in some other video. That is also an interesting concept, but I will cover that in another video. Right now, just understand this concept that we are not these bodies, but we are souls driving these bodies. Just like that person is driving that car number 1, car number 2, car number 3. Similarly, we are souls who are driving these bodies. So me, the soul, I am driving this body whose name is Adit Deshmukh. Right? Now, for example, I was born in the year 1991. So what does that mean? That me, the soul, I, the soul, entered this body of Adit Deshmukh in the year 1991. Which means in turn that before the year 1991, I, the soul, was in some other body, driving some other body. Right now, I am driving this body called Adit Deshmukh. Before 1991, I was driving some other body. I, the soul, was driving some other body, maybe with some different name, different form, different religion, different location. I don't know. I don't remember. Right? Now, for example, I am interacting with some person in this birth. Okay. I meet some person for the first time. I introduce myself to him. He introduces himself to me. In this birth, we are meeting for the first time. But I find that this person, right from day one, this person is behaving in a very weird way with me. Like, he's being rude with me, he's shouting at me, or he's insulting me, or he's behaving in a very negative or bad way with me, or he's speaking bad about me with others in my absence, you know, or this person has some prejudices against me, has some grudges against me right from day one. Right from day one, when we have met, this person is behaving with me in this way. Now, I really don't understand. I fail to understand that if we are meeting for the first time, I didn't know this person before this day. He didn't know me. Why this person is behaving in this way with me right from day one? What have I hurt him? I don't remember because I'm meeting him for the first time. So what's the problem here? Now the problem, I'm sure almost all of you have experienced this some time or the other in your life, that there is some person, at least some person, who enters our life and starts treating us in a very weird way. So we are surprised that what is happening. I mean, what's happening here? So the answer to this question lies not in this birth, but in previous birth. So suppose I'm born in 1991. So before 1991, as I said, I, the soul, was in some other body with some other name, other form, other location. Similarly, this person who is now behaving, say, weirdly with me in this birth, the soul of that person was again in some other body. The name of this person in this birth is XYZ. The name of that soul in that another body was, say, ABC. Okay, and I, the soul, and that person as a soul, we have met in our previous birth, but with different names, forms, locations. I was having a different name, that soul was having a different name, and we met there in our previous lives. We have met in our previous lives. And it might be shocking to you to maybe listen to what I'm saying, or it might be surprising. But basically, in our previous lives, when we met, it has somehow happened that we have hurt that soul, we have hurt that person, maybe intentionally, unintentionally, we don't remember. So it is we who have hurt that person in our previous lives. We have started this cycle of hurting that person unintentionally, intentionally. That hurting can be in any form. It can be verbally, it can be physically, it can be mentally. We don't know, we don't remember. Because we don't remember our past lives, so we don't remember our karma of our past lives also, right? But we have hurt that person in some way in our past life. Now, after few years, we left that body. Suppose if we are talking about me and this person, I left that body, I entered this body in 1991, and now I am in this body, Adit Deshmukh. That soul left that body whose name is ABC, and now he has entered this body called XYZ. So in this birth, me, Adit Deshmukh, is meeting with this person whose name of the body is XYZ. So I feel, or rather both of us feel, that we are meeting for the first time, but actually we are not meeting for the first time. We have met in our past lives. Not only we have met, but we have exchanged some, you can say, some karmas, right? From both the sides. Now, if I have hurt that person or I have hurt that soul in my past life, now that soul has entered my life to maybe tally the balance sheet of karmas, which I had created in my previous birth. I had hurt that soul, and that's why that soul is now entering my life in this birth to equalize that balance sheet, we can say, or to tally that balance sheet of karmas in this birth. That's why if you find someone behaving in a weird way or behaving in a rude way or behaving badly with you right from day one, then don't be surprised, because there is nothing surprising in that, or there is nothing to blame that soul as such, because it is we who had started that connection in the past birth. It might be difficult to believe, it might be difficult to accept in the first place, but That's the truth. So this account of karmas which we created in the past birth, and now in this birth it is getting equalized or resolved in this way. This concept is called as karmic account of karmas. And it's not always that we have hurt someone and then someone is hurting us in this life. It can be opposite also, right? Because in this life also we find ourselves, sometimes we find that we hurt someone, we have been rude to someone on some occasions, and then later on we realize that, oh, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have done that, maybe unintentionally, but I hurt that person in this birth I'm talking about. But then why did that happen? Why did we do it? So I'm not justifying that, oh, whatever wrong we have done in this birth, it is justified. No, it is not justified. We will discuss that in the tomorrow's videos, how it is not justified. But then I'm just telling you that why these things happen, why people hurt us, why we hurt people, because that connection goes back to our previous lives. Okay, so this account of karmas which gets carried forward from one birth to another birth to next birth, this account is called as karmic account. So just like that, the closing balance of August, like we discussed for bank accounts, the closing balance of August is the opening balance of September. Similarly, the karmas with which me, the soul, left my previous body and entered this body called Adit Deshmukh, that closing balance of that previous birth becomes an opening balance of this birth. So the karmas, good as well as bad, which I have performed in my previous birth, and then I left that body and I entered this body in the year 1991, that becomes the opening balance for this birth. So I have to resolve whatever was the balance of that previous birth. Basically, I have to resolve that. I have with that balance in this birth. Okay, so that's how the concept of karmic accounts and bank accounts is equivalent. The closing balance of previous birth is the opening balance of karma in this birth. It is the balance of karmas with which I am born in this birth, and is the balance of karma which I have to resolve in this birth. It was the balance carried forward from my previous birth. So I hope I have been able to make this concept a little bit simpler for you. Right? So this concept is called karmic account. And it's not just that it applies to the bad experiences. It applies to good experiences also. Like sometimes we find that we are struggling in some difficult situation. We are going through some challenging situation in our life. And suddenly out of nowhere, some person comes up. He or when I'm saying he, it applies to he or she. I mean, it can be both a male or a female, but just for the convenience, I'm saying he. So this person enters our life out of nowhere. He helps us without we even having asked for help. He helps us in a very unimaginable way, and then he helps us resolve this issue quicker, very, very fast. And then once that issue is resolved, that person departs. That person goes away from our life. So we are surprised, and then we don't understand. I mean, why did this person suddenly enter our life and help us? What have we done to this person? I mean, we never met this person, but then why this person helped us? What made him help us when we don't know each other? Or sometimes you experience that you meet some people and then, your wavelengths match. Like it can be a friend, it can be a colleague, it can be a relative, it can be anyone. You are very comfortable with that person. That person is very much comfortable with you. You have a very, very good interaction. You have a very kind interaction. You have a very smooth relationship with that person. So that is because you have shared some good karmas with that person, with that soul in the previous birth. Maybe suppose if you have helped some soul in the previous birth. So in this birth, that soul, that person will come into your life, help you, and then go away. So the karmic account is not only for bad experiences, it is for good experiences also. So we need to understand that very, very clearly here. So I think that's all for today. And in tomorrow's video, we will discuss something more about karmic accounts, especially the biggest misconception people have about this concept of karmic account and how to resolve it. Like suppose, okay, I have understood that this person is very rude with me in this birth, so maybe I have had some karmic accounts with this person, but then what is the solution to it? How much ever I try to be good with this person in this birth, this person just cannot get rid of his prejudices against me or grudges against me, and he's continuing with the same behavior. So what to do? What is the solution to it? So we will see that also in tomorrow's video. So that's all for today. Good night everyone. Take care. God bless you all. Thank you so much.